Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Thank you to all of you who have served. Um, Today is going to be a short version of Murph. So it is Mikey Jr., that's what I called it, as for Michael Murphy. The original Murph is, we'll go over just real quick, is a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 air squats, and then a mile run. So in this version, we're going to do a half-mile run, but if you're going to do a bike or row, I suggest doing a full mile. We're going to do 50 pull-ups, 50 push-ups, and 100 air squats, and then again, a half-mile run or a mile bike row. Your choice here. Now, if you're doing Mikey Jr., I also added 100 sit-ups if you feel inclined to get those abs working. You know I love my abs. So we're going to go through all those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. All right, so the first movement is going to be our pull-up. I'm going to show you a modified version because pull-up is one of those things you can do or you can't do. So if you don't have a bar, a pull-up bar at home, but you have a rack, this is kind of a good substitute, and we can go over a few more things that you can do if you have a pull-up bar or if you don't. So with this is a little bit low. I just got lazy and didn't want to adjust these arms, but put the bar somewhere that at least you can go straight arm and hang. So we want to come under the bar so that our chest is under the bar. We're going to grab the bar, we're going to be straight, and we're going to hold our body straight and come up and touch our chest to the bar, and that's going to be our modified pull-up. Now you can put it higher or lower. The higher you go, the easier it is. The lower you go, the harder it's going to be. So if you have a pull-up bar, you can also use bands to assist pulling up. And if you don't have a rack or a pull-up bar, you can use bands and you can tie them and pull down. If you're at home and you're doing the workout and you have a staircase or even a doorknob or something that's stationary that's not going to break, you can wrap your band around something and you're gonna pull, you're gonna have a nice straight back, knees slightly bent, and you're gonna pull down. Now again, we want something that is a good resistance so that you're really working those muscles. We want to make sure we're stabilized so our hips, our feet are about hip width apart. We're slightly bent at the knee, bringing our hips back, and our back is always completely straight, and we're coming back to about a 90-degree angle. Our arms are about a 90-degree angle. Now you can also, if you have a rack, you can use the rack, but make sure you're putting weights, if it's a rack like mine, before you do that. Also, if you have a bar, right, you're going to wrap that like a pull-up bar. You're going to wrap the band on the bar and you're going to put your foot in that band as you do the assisted pull-ups. So those are some of the options that you can do. All right. So the next movement is going to be our push-up. Okay, so our next movement is going to be that push-up. So what we can do for the push-up, we want to make sure, one, our hand is underneath our shoulders. We're going to come down and hopefully touch that ground. And we're going to keep everything nice and straight while we do that. So our body should be in a nice straight line, and it should be coming down evenly. If you feel your middle section sagging and coming down first, really just push that butt up a little bit more and make sure you're not having your butt pushed up in the air either. So another modification would be the modified push-up. Be on your knees, same thing. Our hands are placed in that same way. back straight and coming down for that push up. If you have a bench, you can use a bench as well. Don't mind my chalk. And you're gonna be nice and straight and come down and touch that chest on the bench. And that just makes it a little bit easier than the knees. So kind of play around with those if you're still working on those push-ups. The next movement is our air squat. Important things that I've seen lately with people doing air squats. We want to make sure we come all the way up. So our knees are coming outward. We're about hip width apart with our feet. Our toes are slightly pointed out, and our knees are going to follow where our toes go. So we want our knees to come out. We don't want to come forward, because as you come forward, you're going to start to rock on those heels, the ball of your feet, right? We want to make sure we're staying flat-footed at all times. We're going to keep that chest up. We're not bending over. Just when we get tired, we tend to like do this bend over thing. No, we want to stay up. So we're coming down, knees are pushed out, and we're coming down and coming up, and we're coming and extending all the way up. So no half squats. We're not doing some sort of bouncing squat or. So the other thing we want to do is we want to try to come down to at least parallel. That means this leg is parallel to this part of your leg is parallel to the ground, right? If we can go lower, awesome. But we want to make sure we're staying flat-footed. So whatever your mobility is, that's how low you're going to go. Okay. And then the last thing, like I said, if you want, you can add sit-ups in there. So a little caveat with Murph or Mikey Jr., you do not have to do all of them at once. So you can break it up. So if we're doing Mikey Jr., for example, and we got 50 pull-ups, 50 push-ups, 100 squats, we can do our half mile or a mile in the beginning, and then we can do 5 rounds of 10 and 20. So 5 rounds of 10 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 20 air squats. And if you're adding those sit-ups, 20 sit-ups. You can do those 5 times, and then you end with that half mile or that mile cardio in the end. Same thing with regular Murph. You have 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 air squats, so you can break that down into rounds as well. So good luck. Happy Memorial Day. Again, thank you to all of our veterans, all of our current military, active military. We appreciate you, and we love you.